You know, sometimes survival just requires a little bit of creativity. I want to show you something pretty cool in this video. Stick around. I want to show you a little trick. It's very possible that you've got a bunch of practice arrows laying around in your basement, and you might even have some little flimsy throwing knives that are not worth a count. You know, if you're going to throw a knife, you need a knife that's got some substance and some weight to it. These little cheap flimsy throwing knives that you get off Amazon, they can't do jack squat. But something magical happens when you put these two things together, and I want to show you what I've done. This is probably going to be a fun video for those who like to dabble in apocalypse style weapons, things you kind of put together. A while back, I was given these little flimsy throwing knives. These things don't weigh anything, man. These just don't work good as a throwing knife, but something magical happens when you tape them to the end of your practice arrows. You know, a practice arrow by itself can't do much, but you put something like this on it and you have a formidable object. You may be thinking, Daniel, that'll never work. It'll never fly straight. Well, let's just see. I'm gonna take some shots down range at this target right here. Bullseye. Now look at that shot right there, my friend, from about 10 to 12 meters roughly. And look at that penetration from that throwing knife attached to that arrow. I shot that perfectly straight and very instinctively. So look, this is real basic. You can see the throwing knife right there. I just laid it on top of the arrow and taped it on here with electrical tape. It's on here nice and solid. I wrapped it tight. This thing flies like a bullet. Man, I'm not going to try to shoot 100 yards with it. But man, within a reasonable distance, man, I'm sticking bullseyes left and right with this, and it's getting it done. This is about a 40-pound pull on this bow, and these practice arrows only go up to 35 pounds. So, you know, you can play with the dynamic. You can get arrows that are more suited for the weight and everything, but these do just fine. A little heavy on the end, not extremely fast, but they hit hard, and if you stay within a reasonable distance, you're good to go. I'm gonna take a shot at about 45 feet here. Right slam in the middle. And way down in there, hard to pull out. Close range zombies. 20 feet away, zombie headshot. You see, within a reasonable range, you can do this and still be accurate and very dangerous. I think it was Jordan Peterson that said that it's good when a person can be dangerous, but have that under voluntary control. A little play on words that I like to use from time to time is, if you want to be dangerous, you gotta want to be dangerous. And you may say, Daniel, that's the exact same thing. Well, not really, because a lot of people may want to be dangerous, but they don't want it enough to get out and work with it. They don't want it enough to get out and work with a number of weapons, to become instinctive, to become good at what they do. We want to be dangerous for the right reasons. We don't want to be dangerous to be a menace to society. We want to be dangerous to be a help to society in a time of need. I brought all of that up in this video because once you start working with weapons and you start getting good with them, you start seeing weapons everywhere. You start learning how to put weapons together. And that's what these arrows are. So if you've got some flimsy throwing knives laying around and some practice arrows, get you some electrical tape and merge those two things together, and you got yourself a pretty practical makeshift weapon. I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.